two tunnels, one going one way, one going the other. The two tunnels are 100 years old. And they were pretty decrepit even before Superstorm Sandy. But Superstorm Sandy eroded the tunnels with salt water. So within 7 to 10 years, those tunnels might no longer be functional, and there would be no way for commuters, freight, and everything else to get across the Hudson. Our economy would be devastated. A decade ago, there was the ARC project that was supposed to help build these tunnels. It was even important before Sandy, but we all know Governor Christie pulled out. And so I've worked diligently to put Gateway back together. And the good news is the money for these Gateway projects is sitting in Washington waiting for a signature. So why hasn't it happened? Donald Trump has held Gateway hostage for 4 years. We are saying free Gateway now. And with the election of Joe Biden as president, that can happen. The money is sitting there. I changed the law, bipartisan, with Republican help, to say that all of the profits from the Northeast Corridor can be used for capital construction. The law used to, this is the most profitable part of Amtrak, these tunnels. It makes between $400 and $500 million a year. That was pre-COVID. If you took that money and bonded it, you'd get tens of billions of dollars. But the money used to be spent to subsidize Amtrak routes that had no passengers, the Cheyenne, Wyoming to Boise, Idaho run, so to speak. What we did is change it. And we said the profits from the Northeast Corridor should be used exclusively for capital construction in the Northeast Corridor, namely Gateway. So that money is sitting there, ready to be used for the Gateway Tunnel. In addition, we've increased the money for the Fast Tracks program and changed the language so Gateway would be eligible near the top of the list. So there are billions and billions of dollars sitting and waiting for simply the flick of a pen. Donald Trump has refused to allow Gateway to go forward. His transportation secretary, Elaine Chao, Mitch McConnell's wife, has refused to sign the EIS, the Environmental Impact Statement, that will allow Gateway to go forward. But the good news is President-elect Biden has said in his platform and said repeatedly that he wants to fund Gateway. And so as soon as President-elect Biden becomes President Biden, and his appointees in the Department of Transportation and the Federal Railroad Administration take hold, I am urging them to sign, and I have no doubt that they will, and Gateway can move forward. As I said, Gateway is one of the most important projects. It's the most important infrastructure project in the country. Not only will it open up these tunnels, but it will create millions of good-paying jobs for years and years. Good-paying construction jobs. So it is vital to New York. It has been held hostage.
Over for here for these people?
Sorry. Thank you, Angelo. It has been held hostage by Trump, but the hostage will now be freed when Biden takes office and Gateway will come forward. We, as the New York delegation, are going to do everything we can to make sure it's signed quickly. The statement allowing Gateway to move forward, and I have no doubt that President Biden and whomever is his Secretary of Transportation will sign the paper and we will get it done. Did I leave anything out?
The money's there. So
Right. Okay, the money is there, waiting to be spent. President Biden will unlock the funds and it will move forward. Now, just one other point that people have asked about COVID relief. We are urging Senator McConnell to move forward on COVID relief quickly and pass the HEROES Act, the Compromise HEROES Act, which passed the House already. New York and America desperately need funds to distribute vaccines. We desperately need funds for treatment and tracing. We desperately need funds for our state and local government so there won't be hundreds of thousands of layoffs of vital workers like bus drivers and people who pick up the garbage. We desperately need funds to open up our schools safely. We desperately need funds to prevent people from being evicted when they've lost their income through no fault of their own because of COVID. We need money to feed hungry kids. We need money to help our restaurants reopen and our independent venues to reopen. All of that simply awaits Mitch McConnell putting the HEROES Act on the floor, and I believe it will pass. So now that the election is over, we are pleading with McConnell. Don't hold the HEROES Act hostage. Put it on the floor. New York desperately needs the money, and we need it now. America desperately needs the money, and we need it now as well. That it?
On-topic questions for
On
Gateway?
topic questions. Gateway first.
Senator, last year, the Gateway Commission commissioned a study from London Bridge Associates that found you could fix these tunnels in place, part by using cable racking techniques, which the governor and Elaine Chao endorsed. Underlines the premise of the EIS as it stands that says that you have to build new tunnels.
Look,
to fix the current.
everyone agrees we need new tunnels. Everyone. Whichever way you want to fix the immediate tunnels, that was proposed when Trump wasn't going forward with the money for the new tunnels. Now with President Biden, the best way to do this is build the 2 tunnels. And then, by the way, the New York economy will approve. The number of trains pre-COVID that could cross the Hudson was limited because we only had 2 tunnels. With 4 tunnels, our economy would prosper even more than it was in the pre-COVID days. So we believe that having 2 sets of tunnels, not 1, is the way to go. The money is there. We should go forward with it.
The EIS should be reformed then?
No, I think the EIS is waiting. Now it's ready to go. We keep going back to the drawing board, and Gateway never gets built.
One more thing. Governor Cuomo has appointed his appointees to the Gateway Commission. Our friends in Jersey have not. They're still holding that up.
Governor Murphy, I have talked to him, is all for Gateway and will go forward. I helped set up the Gateway Commission, and Governor Murphy is all for it and will cooperate in every way. Yes. Well, I spoke to President-elect Biden, I think Friday, and we talked about a large infrastructure bill of which Gateway would be part. We talked about getting COVID relief in a big, robust bill.
Senator, in terms of funding, if he signs it, how quickly would that money flow?
If President Biden, Secretary of Transportation, signs it, the money will start flowing immediately. It's sitting there and waiting to be spent. I can't hear you. Well, we have to be very vigilant about cost overruns, but the plan is a good plan, and we need 4 tunnels, two tunnels each in each direction. That's what will get the New York economy going, because right now you can't put another train under the Hudson, whether it's freight, passenger, or Amtrak. Okay?
Mr. McConnell, do your Republican colleagues in the Senate have anything to do with the Gateway plan, or you're solely waiting on the
No,
Gateway plan?
nothing to do with it.
Just executive.
Yep. Okay?
Click of a pen, Emily.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.